Are you a movie buff? Do you love dissecting and analyzing your favorite films? Look no further than the Projection Booth podcast. Join host Mike White and a bevy of guest experts as they explore the history, themes, and legacy of cult classics, obscure gems, and mainstream hits. Join us every week for a unique and engaging look at your favorite movies. So sit back, grab some popcorn, and tune in to the Projection Booth podcast, available on all major podcast platforms.
Hello, filthy movie lovers. My name is Gentry Austin.
And I'm Casey Scott.
And we're the hosts of the Sin Syndicate, film podcast for something weirdos, anti-criterion bros, and Joseph Sarno aficionados. Join us semi-weekly as we peer into the adults-only theaters and sticky-floored cinemas of the golden age of sexploitation, when the morals were loose, the laws were murky, and the intercourse was all simulated. Find us now on the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network.
Hello, creeps. It's me, John Kassir, the voice of the Crypt Keeper, and you're listening to Chronicles from the Crypt.
Hello there, I'm Casualty Chris.
And this is Father Malone.
And we are the hosts of Chronicles from the Crypt, a twice-a-month look at the cult horror anthology series, Tales from the Crypt, that originally aired on HBO from 1989 to 1996.
And on each of these podcasts, we're going to be doing 2 episodes of Tales from the Crypt. And along the way, we're going to have some bonus episodes covering some tangentially related Tales materials, including their spin-off films, a kids game show, eventually. And we're also going to be doing movies that are at least related to Tales in some way.
We keep talking about that kids game show.
I think we should never do it, actually.
Yeah, I mean, we watched it. We watched it when I was in town visiting, and it was hard to get through.
Extremely.
From like the crazy voice character to just like the fact that it was a thinly veiled rebrand of Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Yeah,
everything about it, not good.
There you go. There's that episode. Enjoy, everybody.
Yeah, right. However, on this episode of Chronicles from the Crypt, we're going to be talking about the penultimate 2 episodes, I guess, for our episode of Season 3, Split Second and Deadline.
Sometimes life can be such a grind. Know what I mean? That's why I like to get out every now and then and swing a little. So much for his family tree. Tonight's tale concerns a young woman who's about to do a little swinging of her own. She wants to prove that a good man is hard to find, but easy to get rid of. I think you'll like this little chopping spree I call Split Second.
So Split Second aired August 7th, 1991. It is directed by Russell Mulcahy, written by Richard Christian Matheson, stars Brion James, Michelle Johnson, Billy Wirth, and Dan Martin, and it focuses on Michelle Johnson, who plays a beautiful / very manipulative waitress who marries Brion James. And all things go to hell when a hot new, what's the word? Mysterious lumberjack wanders into town.
Smoldering. He's a smoldering lumberjack.
Yeah, this episode's bad, right? It's not great.
No. I really like this one.
I like the idea of it, but I wish that there was more of Brion James and less of, like, everything else.
I will agree that Brion James is
Brion James is just
in the
great
episode.
in everything.
Yeah, he really is. In fact, I'm looking at my notes right now, and I wrote down Brion James is awesome.
Yeah, he just, and, speaking of, we're recording this essentially like 3 hours after one of Brion James's co-stars from Blade Runner, Rutger Hauer, passed away. So all I can think about Brion James right now is Blade Runner.
Tortoise? You know what a turtle is? Same thing. He's great in that movie. He's great in everything. I've never not liked him. And it's always good when he's kind of a heavy in this one. And he kind of specialized in heavies just because of the way he looked. But I always enjoyed when he was sort of cast against type. And I think this is that. I mean, the guy is sort of crazily jealous and violent, but at the same time, he's not like just a straight out baddie in this one. So it was good to see him do that. But I really like this one. It's a love triangle. The bane of our existence. But I think this was actually really skillfully handled. I think I like the script a lot. I also liked, as much as we are a bit puzzled by her as a human, I think Michelle Johnson's really good in it, and I really liked her character a lot. It's easy to make a femme fatale character kind of just the same thing that we've seen over and over again. Like this one, at least, she narrates the story. So getting her perspective and just how much fun it is for her just to be a manipulative woman was pretty refreshing to me. Anyway, what do you think, Chris?
No, I'll agree. I mean, there are parts of this episode I did like. The fact that Michelle Johnson is narrating the episode is different, but the payoff is kind of dorky. It's kind of dorky. It's. Let me put it this way. Let me put it this way. It's more aptly. It's a little cartoonish.
It is a bit cartoonish.
That's what I'm getting at. It's cartoonish and like, okay, look, it is Tales from the Crypt. The fact that they're at one point, I guess Dan Martin's character was hollowing out a log to stuff someone inside. Sure. Sure, why not? Tales from the Crypt. And I guess, to be fair, it is Tales from the Crypt, and the show is cartoony, and it is a live-action comic book. But it just feels a little out of place, if that makes sense.
Nope. I think it's wholly appropriate and wonderful.
You just like this episode because you're such a huge fan of people being stuffed inside of logs.
And then chopped into many pieces, yes. That's... this act, it's funny... I'm a little bit shocked that the show never, and correct me if I'm wrong, but they never covered a story called Foul Play, which is one of the most famous Tales from the Crypt comics of all time, where you have a character on a baseball team. I think they're a minor league team, and he paints the spikes on his cleats with poison because there's a particular player that he doesn't like, and he slides into him and ends up killing him. And then when the team finds out, they end up luring him to a ballpark, and the last few panels are them playing a pickup game where they're using all of his body parts. So like his head is the ball and his entrails are the baselines. This felt a little bit like that, in that everyone sort of comes together to exact revenge on these two. And I don't know. I kind of liked that. It's weird to be cheering on a mob mentality of murder. Nevertheless, I think it's wholly appropriate here.
Well, they deserve it. I'll tell you that much.
Oh,
I mean, for
certainly.
sure, they deserve it. I mean, they're terrible, terrible people. So.
Yeah. And, you can't be hitting people with the blunt end of an axe over and over again in the head and then expect not to be chopped into pieces. Which, by the way, that scene's brutal.
Oh, I mean, that scene where he unleashes his wrath on Billy Wirth is pretty brutal. But at the same time, I will take back what I said. It's not bad. It's just okay. It's not like a super standout. Season 3, end of the season. We've had some better episodes for sure.
Yeah, but I will put this this season has run the gamut of...
Oh, yeah, it's been all over the place.
Excellent to really some of the worst we've ever seen. And this is on the better part of the spectrum. Imagine that, no. Or Morning Mess.
Morning Mess. Yeah, no, you're right. This season has been... And look, here's the other thing. The other thing that I don't appreciate about this episode is another goddamn love triangle.
I know, yeah, and I get that, but it wasn't as clumsy as the other ones.
No, it wasn't.
It just kind of proves that you can do it.
Less of the focus was the love triangle. It was like a forced love triangle.
Yeah, I mean, exactly, because one of the participants was unwilling for a certain amount of time. This isn't like 3 different people scheming. This is one person scheming, and then the other 2 trying to not have that come about. So it's a little bit more of an interesting angle with the love triangles we've received thus far.
The most interesting part of the episode was Michelle Johnson's character and her narration, right? I mean,
really good.
Yeah.
And she's great in it. Like, she seems like she's cuckoo, man, but she's a good actress. Like, I'm kind of shocked we didn't get more of her. Like, she maybe got placed into the just a good-looking face category. And wasn't given roles that might have suited her better because clearly she can play it. I mean, I'm used to seeing her in, kind of flighty romantic comedy kind of stuff. So, but she's got the chops to be a really good villain. So that's kind of a shame.
Werewolf?
Like Werewolf, yes.
Yes.
Or
1987.
But Blame It on Rio. She's really good in Blame It on Rio with Michael Caine and Joseph Bologna. I think that was her first thing. But she's fantastic in the episode, and I love that character. And, it should be said, Richard Christian Matheson, who wrote this, is clearly Richard Matheson's son. And a fantastic author in his own right. Some of his television credits are not spectacular, but if you ever read any of his short fiction, he's really solid. He's written some short stories that still come into my mind from 20 years ago, I think, when I read his book. And he's the brother of Christian Matheson, creator of Bill and Ted. Little aside there.
Party on, Wayne.
Yeah. No.
You mean that wasn't just a ripoff of Bill and Ted?
I think it actually was.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Be excellent to each other. Yeah, I wonder why this was adapted over something like Foul Play, because, again, that's such a weird choice when they have very similar outcomes.
Yeah, and, given how, well remembered Foul Play was by fans of that original comic, it's kind of unusual that they didn't, but at the same time, they still could have done it. I mean, it's not like they haven't done episodes similar to each other in the past. And in that one, look, Brion, I mean, I guess everyone deserves it here at the end, right? I mean, she's terrible, he's terrible.
Brion James is pretty bad. He seemingly spirals out of control.
Yeah, I would say.
But he's they say in the episode he didn't used to be this way, which is the weird part.
Well, that's what happens when you have women in the mix.
Exactly.
I want to point out one other thing, because I just noticed this. Well, I didn't notice it now. I noticed it while we were watching the episode. But when we first meet Michelle Johnson's character, she's waitressing in a bar, and she's being hit on rather forcefully by this gross suitor. His character's named Banjo. That particular actor was also in one of my favorite movies, Near Dark, where he attempts to rob Lance Henriksen and Jeanette Goldstein, and they end up tearing him apart. I just thought that was weird to see him out of nowhere. I'm like, God, that guy looks so familiar, but that's what it was.
Near Dark, directed by James Cameron's then wife, Catherine Bigelow.
Academy Award winner, Catherine Bigelow.
Right. For a woefully undeserving film, but a film nonetheless.
I think she, I rewatched Point Break recently.
She deserved it, but that movie's not great.
I like Hurt Locker. I thought it was pretty good.
It is okay.
I got to rewatch it.
It's definitely no Dances with Wolves or.
It's funny. I noticed that the music in this episode was written by Brian May, and I thought, wow, that's unusual. And then I saw Russell Mulcahy directed it, who directed Highlander, which Queen provided the music for, and I thought, oh, well, that only makes sense. But as it turns out, it's an entirely different Brian May. It's like a composer from Australia.
It's not the Brian May?
It's not, excoriating people online Brian May. It's a well-respected film composer Brian May.
Well, there you go. So I would say watch this one. I mean, it's not great, but it's not the worst of this season for sure.
This is a solid watch for me. I liked it. I thought it was skillfully made. I like the characterization. I thought all the performances are really good. It's not the best, but it is exactly what even the worst episode of Tales from the Crypt should be this good. Let me put it that way.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on to the next episode, Deadline.
So, what'll it be, stranger? Can I interest you in a Mai Tai? Or would you prefer a rum and choke? Or maybe you'd like something a little stronger? I've got just the thing. It's a nasty little snootful about a news hound named Charlie, who needs a murder story and a drink. But not necessarily in that order. What some people won't do for a good stiff one. I call this little eye-opener Deadline.
Episode aired August 14th, 1991. It is directed by Mr. Walter Hill. It is written by Walter Hill and Way Woods. It stars Richard Jordan, John Polito, Richard Hurd, Marg Hellenberger, and it focuses on Richard Jordan's character, who's an alcoholic reporter who finds a muse in a beautiful woman, only to have it all go sideways on him. So I think I can say without a doubt that this is a bad episode.
Dreadful.
A really, 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 really bad episode.
And...
So weird, too, because the people that are involved are great in other things.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, every actor on screen I like and I've enjoyed in other things. The people behind the camera I really like. And they've done awesome work here on this particular television series. We're both in agreement that Walter Hill directed the best episode of Tales from the Crypt. And to see this after how many seasons and knowing what the score is, like, what in the fuck? And this isn't, I don't know. I mean, I was with the episode for a while. I like Walter Hill's sort of weirdo obsession with broken men and trying to put their lives back together. Like, I can appreciate that. And I think for a while it's pretty good. Richard Jordan plays it really well as a former, hotshot reporter who has sunken into alcoholism and is just trying to get the next big story. Like, I think that's all worthy material to mine in any medium. But the end of this episode is so fucking dumb that I can't. I don't remember watching it the first time, and I'm glad I will never watch it again.
Yeah, I'm actually with you. I liked the beginning of the episode. I was with it. And then, oh my god, the ending is just,
It's beyond the pale. Like, I can't even figure it out. Like, who thought it was a good idea? Look, if you haven't seen the episode, so it is one I've just described. Richard Jordan's trying to put his life back together. He's trying to get another job, meets this girl at a bar, and they sort of strike up a relationship where they just sort of have sex. They don't even know each other's last names. And he finds her so inspiring that he quits drinking and he redoubles his efforts to become a better reporter. And try as he might, he just cannot get a break. And so, he has the possibility of getting back on a major newspaper, but he has to have a murder story. So you can see where it's going.
And it's almost like he's going to be the one to commit the murder.
Yeah, a little bit, right? And that would have been great if it had started happening, but that doesn't happen. They thought that it was going to be some great twist at the end that, I don't know, man. It's just so happenstance and weird that he just sort of, when everything kind of falls apart for him, he doesn't, I mean, he's drinking again, right? By then? He's got the bottle in his pocket, so clearly he's drinking. But he's at a diner having coffee when the owner just so happens to kill his own wife.
So he thinks.
He thinks he killed her. And as it turns out, is it Marge? Have we ever figured that out? Marg Helgenberger?
Marg Helgenberger?
Is it Marg?
I just say Marg.
Marg, because that's how it looks, because there should be an E if she wanted it to be pronounced correctly.
Just say woman who was on CSI for almost 2 decades.
Yeah, she certainly was.
Making that CSI money, man.
Hey, she's got FU money, man. 15 years on that show or something like that. Like, yeah, she didn't have to work again.
13 or something, yeah.
That's that's pretty good.
The residuals alone
will make us wealthy beyond our wildest dreams. And she's good in the episode too, man.
Oh yeah,
she's,
and Richard Jordan has the potential to have been. This has the potential of being a really memorable episode.
Yeah, man, I was totally stoked for it to be one of the better ones.
Don't stick
I love Richard
John
Jordan.
Polito with a fake Greek accent, though.
That was weird, right? But I liked it.
I mean, it's just another one of those, like, okay, sure, why not?
John Polito, long lamented, a fantastic character actor. He's one of those guys that I always point people toward Miller's Crossing because his performance in that is so spectacular. Great character actor, and he's good here. You know what I mean? It's jarring for us to see him with the Greek accent because we know he doesn't have it. But I guess most people would probably know him from The Crow. He runs Gideon's pawn shop in that movie. He's great in that.
You know what I know him from?
What? Homicide: Life on the Street?
The Rocketeer.
Oh, right. He's in that, too. He's great in that.
Yeah, he plays Bigelow, like the guy who owns the airstrip.
Right. Yeah.
Folded in half.
That's right.
Yeah. That's what I know him from. But yeah, in this episode, it's just like, what the fuck? Doing this, like, fake Greek accent. And, like, you could have had John Polito as the lead in this episode. I still don't think it would have fixed anything.
It wouldn't have fixed anything. You could have had the best actor in the world in this episode, and it would have fixed anything. And let me just quickly shout out to Richard Jordan here, who's I think still kicking around. If you have not seen a movie, I should probably just do a video about this. A movie
Richard
called
Jordan is dead.
Is he?
He died in 1993.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, he's not just dead. He's
way dead.
He's looking Crypt Keeper-esque at this point.
His death is an antique.
Yeah. He is long gone.
Well, let me just say, go watch a movie called The Friends of Eddie Coyle from about 1973, I think, where he plays an FBI agent involved with it's a crime film taking place in Boston with Robert Mitchum as the lead, but there's so many good actors in it. It's such an interesting flick, and he's really great as this FBI agent in that. So my hat's off to him forever for that performance, and I think he did a creditable job here. I just the end.
John Capodice.
Oh, he's good. He's the bartender, right?
Yeah,
he's real good.
I just know him from Ace Ventura.
Oh, okay.
Anytime I see him, it's like, oh, it's the guy with the dick as big as that. What is he? Does he say cockroach dick? He saw the size of the cockroach's dick and became insanely jealous. Iguana.
Yeah, he's great. The cast is great.
He's great. I mean, they should have had what's that guy's name? Roy Brock again? Is that his name? The guy who was the bartender, like, the first couple times.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's kind of weird that Walter Hill, like, went in another direction there. I was expecting more Walter Hill people in it. Let's just point out that, now, like the last one, this one is narrated as well, but instead of just voiceover narration, we actually get a close-up of Richard Jordan talking directly to the camera. Where is he? One wonders. Well, he's in an asylum in a straitjacket, because when he discovers that the guy's wife is not actually dead and it is the girl that he's been in love with, he ends up strangling her. But we're not kind of like The Man Who Is Death, where we never get to see the police's perspective of how they caught him at all. He just sort of ends up there, even though he calls in the story, pins it on the guy. The guy's waiting for the police to come. There is absolutely no reason why he should be arrested or charged with this crime. And it just kind of happens.
I didn't understand any of that. Like, why? Is it because he went nuts from the fact that he had to kill her?
Well, that would be something that the authors of the episode could have clued us in on. Right.
It's almost like we're writing it for you. Almost.
Yeah.
But guess what? That isn't our job.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't mind filling in blanks in certain situations, but when your entire episode is predicated upon him losing his mind, maybe you should give us a reason.
Yeah. Not a great...
I mean, other than Other than, he kills the girl that he is in love with and has reinvigorated his life, which I guess we can understand. But, I don't need to make that leap for you. You're the ones who should make the leap.
It's not a great episode, not a great ending. It's a waste of everyone's time, not just ours, but the people who filmed it as well.
Yeah, I guess everyone got a paycheck, so good for them. At least some good came of it.
They got a paycheck. I'm thinking of, you know who didn't? Us.
Who? No, we did not. Yeah, we never do we?
No, we never do. But yet we're still here. So
we're still slugging it out with these episodes.
Yeah, not great.
This is a hard skip for me.
A very solid. This needs to be ignored. Do not watch it. It is a waste of your time.
Waste of everyone's time.
Yes. So, on the next episode of Chronicles from the Crypt, we're going to be talking about the final 2 episodes of Season 3.
Aw, shit.
Spoiled, which we actually have an interview with Alan Rackins. He played one of the main characters in that episode. And also, we're talking about Yellow, which is a feature-length episode, right? It's like an hour long.
It's an hour. I mean, that's not a feature, but
right.
It's certainly longer than most of them.
But it came from a feature.
It did.
Which we will talk about when we get to that episode, because that is a long discussion to have, since it is the first time we are watching an episode from that feature, otherwise known as,
Two-Fisted Tales.
Two-Fisted Tales, that's right. So, until then, where can people find you, Father Malone?
As always, on my YouTube channel, OUGHT5Films, OUGHTFIVEFILMS. My show is called You've Never Seen, about movies that have not received the amount of love that they deserve or have fallen by the wayside of public opinions. You can see my new episode I did about the Return of the Living Dead. That's out now, and I'm working on another one right as we speak. Well, not at this moment, but it is being worked on.
One might say that Return of the Living Dead is the best zombie film ever made.
Yeah, I actually kind of lean in that direction, and that's one of my, if not my favorite film of all time, is Dawn of the Dead, the original George Romero classic. I think it is a superlative piece of filmmaking. However, if I want to watch a zombie movie, my choice tends to be The Return of the Living Dead. There's just something so much more enjoyable in the film, even as dark as it is.
Do you know why? It's because you want to party.
That's true. Everyone wants to party, including the recently dead.
Because it's party time.
Here's something I didn't cover in the thing. This is just an offhand thing, but there was a television commercial for Return of the Living Dead where the narrator says, they're back from the grave and they're hungry and they're not vegetarian, right? Which is a weird way to go, but as it turns out, Matt Groening, creator of The Simpsons, was working for an ad company at the time, and that's his line. That's a little bit of trivia for everybody.
That's amazing.
Also, you can hear me on another podcast called Dreams for Sale, the Twilight Zone 85 podcast, where you and I and Mr. Mike White discuss the fantastic reboot of the Twilight Zone from 1985, the only reboot anyone should pay any attention to.
Man, you really don't like those other reboots, huh?
It's the only one, man. The reboots are garbage.
When I'm not here, you can find me on the Culture Cast, where I talk about movies with some guests. Say a veritable cavalcade of guests joining me once a week to talk about movies. You can also find me on the Kolchak tapes, where I talk about Kolchak the Night Stalker with the aforementioned Mike White, and on the newest podcast that I am a co-host on, The One Season Show, where I talk about shows that only lasted for one season. Shocking, that's what it's about, with my good friend Jess Byard. Big thanks as always to John Kassir for the intro to the Chronicles from the Crypt podcast, and we'll catch you on the next episode.